we got to give credit where it's due here, Clay. And we need to be honest about this. Stacey Abrams, maybe now, is a hero of the anti-mask movement because of her enormous hypocrisy, right? Because of what she has exposed for all of us. There's this great website, I'm sure you've heard of it, called Outkick, where I'm learning a lot about sports and culture on a regular basis. And they have a story up in their own Bobby Barack, where they have obtained more photos showing how Stacey Abrams spent the whole day at the school maskless. They got photo after photo. I know this is your site, Clay. This is Outkick. This is amazing because can we add now, not only is Stacey Abrams and all the people like her that do the, I just took off the mask for a second story. They're hypocrites. No one believes this. They're now also liars, right? They're lying about it on top of that. It's not even true that they were masked up except for this one moment, and they think there's some exception that the virus makes because they're so powerful. Turns out she was just lying about the whole day, about all of it. And she was putting those kids at risk, according to the mask people.
Oh, I am so fine. So, Buck, I woke up. I'm on the West Coast, and we were talking about this off air. I love being in the West Coast when it's not crazy, right? But the challenge when you're part of the news universe is that even if you wake up early, right? And I'm waking up early on the West Coast. You're always chasing the East Coast, right? It's so much easier to do a job on the East Coast because you set the morning agenda because the 3-hour time difference is so substantial. So I woke up early this morning, and I had been tipped off. I got an Outkick reader sent me a ton of photos from inside of this school of Stacey Abrams. Because remember, they said, this was just a photo op. This was just one photo. The picture, for those of you who haven't seen it, Stacey Abrams running for governor in Georgia. She was photographed sitting, not wearing a mask, while an entire group of kids all sat behind her wearing a mask. And they said, look, we want you to see this was an all-day thing that she was doing at the school. There are a ton of different photos up right now at Outkick of Stacey Abrams not wearing her mask. She's the only person not wearing a mask inside of the school. All of the teachers, all of the kids masked all day, and we have a series of different photos from her doing a variety of different events inside of the school, proving, Buck, that she was the only person all day at this school not wearing a mask. And even when other people are talking at the microphone alongside of her, they're all masked up. Stacey Abrams not wearing a mask, even though, as an obese adult, she is under significantly more risk than certainly every kid who is inside that school.
And if she had COVID, it could very likely be a more serious case, carrying a higher viral load, and therefore she would be putting, because she's not masked up, all the children at risk. Now, to be clear, Clay and I both agree and believe very strongly, I shouldn't say believe, no, based on the data that masking, it doesn't matter. But the point is they pretend it matters, and we see from their actions they are entirely unserious about it. And notice that you'll have people that will, you know what the story will become now that it's clear that Stacey Abrams is a liar, which is what this is. She's a liar. She lied about this. She got caught. She lied. There's photo proof. You have it up on Outkick.com. They'll say Republicans pounce on Stacey Abrams' mask mishap. Republicans have gone too far in response to Stacey Abrams being a big liar about her mask situation. And, it's remarkable, Clay, how many people who are the biggest proponents of all of this madness in positions of power and authority get found out to be frauds. I mean, your buddy Cuomo, Chris Cuomo, remember, he had COVID.
We got to talk about this.
He was doing shows from the basement. He's sitting there, working on, making sure his biceps are getting bigger and everything in the basement with the weights. And, I guess maybe not during COVID, but probably because it wasn't that bad. And he's saying, I can't come out of quarantine, except when he's going to see his other mansion in the Hamptons, very fancy area. Then he broke quarantine. They're all full of it.
Well, and Buck, you know where this potentially is going to go now that I've gone after Stacey Abrams even more aggressively by publishing all these different photos from inside of this Georgia school on Outkick. Soon, racist, misogynist, sexist Clay Travis attacks black woman Stacey Abrams. One of these sites is gonna that's where they're gonna come after me, right? Because that's when Stacey Abrams got caught with this initial photo. Her defense was, how dare somebody share this Black History Month? It's shameful that this came out, as if it's racist to call her out because she's violating the tenets of this same mask mandate that she is enforcing these children to do. It's the hypocrisy that is driving parents crazy. And they tried to argue, oh, this was just a limited thing. This was just a picture. She took her mask off just for this photo. No, we've got a series of photos all day long inside of that school that prove she was not wearing her mask while all the teachers and all the kids were masked up. Rules for thee, not for me, on steroids for Stacey Abrams.